that? That was pretty fun.
Oh yeah, yeah. You know, these are all once-in-a-lifetime chances, so there's no point in me not including her, you know? She's a huge part of my camp, huge part of my life, so.
Does that just make the experience with this whole thing all the better, all the more kind of powerful for you?
100%. She's living an awesome life, and I feel like if I include her in all these things, whatever she chooses to do is going to be a realistic goal for her, you know, as long as she knows the steps that she has to put into place in order for it to make it happen.
Does she understand yet that mommy's basically a superstar at this point?
Yeah.
How do you feel about all that? Because it really feels like in the last 4, 5, 6 months that you've gone from being a recognizable name in the sport, a star, and you've crossed over into sort of that superstar moment.
You know, it all feels, it's all the same to me. You know, I come home after, I've already shared this once already this week, but, you know, training 3 or 4 times a day and having this little one and dogs at the house. Sometimes I go between training camps not having time to shower. Like, I'm still a normal person, you know. It's just, life is just a lot more busy.
Is she calling out combos too?
Yeah, yeah, she's a little coach here. Anytime she gets a chance to tell somebody what to do, she's all about it.
Having fought in Kansas City a couple times before, how does it feel to be back in KC on such a big card?
It's always a breath of fresh air when you can come to a place of familiarity, and that's what Kansas City feels like. The airport feels similar, you know, the street sounds, the smell of barbecue, all of that. And every time I fought in Kansas City, I've won.
Michelle, what's best for all women in the world that are watching you with your kid, you know?
Keep doing what you do. You know, our dreams and our goals should not stop because we have children and because we get married and life gets ahead of us. Even if it takes you 10 years to accomplish your goal, 20 years, keep doing what you're doing because at the end of the day, it's the process that you remember anyways.
What was it like this camp training for somebody like Rose who had a nice little run going but then had a bump in the road obviously last time out?
It was a little bump in the road, you know. She lost by split decision and then Carolina went on to fight for the belt, and she did a great job fighting against Joanna, fighting for that title. And so for me, it was just making sure that I had all my apples in order. You know, I had to make sure that every stone was left. I had to turn every single stone. And to me, I love a challenge because it makes me rise to the occasion. It forces me to get better, and that's what Rose is presenting.
You guys kind of come up together in a way, right? Do you have any kind of relationship with her?
Of course.
Outside things?
I mean, I've said it all week. She's probably my favorite strawweight fighter on the roster. You know, I like her lifestyle. I like the way she represents herself. Her background is very similar to mine. Unfortunately, it's like the Highlander, there can be only one.
Does it make it harder at all when you like your opponent?
No, because I like all my teammates and we scrap every day.
How does the camp go as far as how do you feel physically and how's the weight cut off?
Everything's amazing. I mean, I could fight today. I could fight today. After my fight with Paige, there was 0 injuries. I had teammates in the gym getting ready to fight, so I came right back in to help them out. My fight camp was amazing. I went in there and I gave it my 100 every single time I had practice, and I came home and I took care of this one, and my mind's right.
When does the mom version you turn off? The like kick-ass version?
Probably the minute I get punched in the face. Just something about knowing that if I don't focus, that things can get bad really quickly, and so it just flips.